Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use SQLpipe to transfer data from PostgreSQL to MySQL. If you're not aware, SQLpipe is a program that allows you to move the results of a query between different data systems. You can find this page at sqlpipe.com/transfer data from PostgreSQL to MySQL, and it contains all the commands you'll need to follow along. So just so you know, SQLpipe is a free open source tool that can transfer data between data systems, and you can use it in two ways. You can use it as a command line tool, which is how we're going to use it today because it's easier to get started. But it also offers an API and a UI if you set it up as a server, and this is good for recurring ETL processes. And if you want to learn more about that, you can click here on the SQLpipe server usage guide. And the first step is going to be installing SQLpipe, which is quite easy because it's just an executable program, which means it has no dependencies. We can get that from the downloads page. I'm on an ARM Mac OS. Download. And from there, I'm going to have to go into downloads with my terminal. And because I'm on Mac OS, and you would also have to do this if you were on Linux or FreeBSD, you will not have to do this on Windows. You have to grant your current user permission to run the program. And you would do that with this command here. And if that is successful, you should be able to see this kind of output if you run SQLpipe version. And if you want, and I do recommend doing this, you can add SQLpipe to your system binaries, and that makes it easier to run in the future. So what that means is I'm in the same directory as the file that I'm trying to run, which means I can run it with // but if I tried to run SQLpipe version without the / in the beginning, it wouldn't work. So I'm going to move it to my system binaries. And now if I run SQLpipe version without the // it'll work. Okay, the next step is going to be gathering connection information. This is going to be, I can't show you exactly how to do this. It all depends on where your databases are running. But you're going to need a host name, which is the address that the database is running on, the port. Postgres's default port is 5432 and MySQL's is 3306. That's probably what they are. Database name, whatever your database is named. A username and password that has select capability on the database for each PostgreSQL and MySQL, and the schema name, but only for PostgreSQL because MySQL doesn't really have schema support. Once you gather that, once you gather that information, we can run a transfer with a single command. And here is a template that you can fill out using the data that you just gathered. So I have a text editor here, and I'm just going to replace the information one at a time. Source DS type has to be PostgreSQL. That will remain. Replace the host name. Source port is going to be 5432. Here's my DB name. Here's my username. My password. And we're going to do the same thing for MySQL. And then we need to choose a target table. I'm just going to call it my target table. -- overwrite is a flag that you can give to SQLpipe that will drop and create target table. So it'll look to see if my target table exists, and if it does, it will drop it, and then it will recreate the table using the column names and types from the result of the query. And if you do not use overwrite and there isn't a table already there with the correct column names and types, then you will get an error. In the query, I actually already have a table in my Postgres database called wide table, and I'll show you that in just a second. And we're going to transfer that into MySQL's myTarget table. So just to show you, I'm connected to the database, the Postgres database, and I will select star from wide table. And actually, let's put that in a different display mode. You can see it a little bit better. And you can see in this table, we have a bunch of different data types. We have a big int, we have a bit, which is binary, we have a Boolean, we have geometry data, we have bytes. In fact, it's almost all of the PostgreSQL types. And we also have null values. So this is just to show that SQLpipe can transfer a robust set of data types. So that's the table in Postgres. And just to show that it's missing in MySQL, we'll say select star from my target table. Doesn't exist. Great. And then we will run the command. Okay, transfer complete. If we go back into MySQL and select from the target table, you can see there's definitely something there now. Change the view mode. And there you go. There's our data. All right, so I hope this video will help you. And just so you know, if you want to get some help with SQLpipe or really any other data engineering projects, we do offer services at SQLpipe. We offer SQLpipe training, consulting, support, and we also will develop additional SQLpipe connectors if you need to connect to a different system. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.